Chelsea Fan TV.
Chelsea Fan TV, get out.
Go on, James. You know you want to support us. We've just beaten Wolves 3-0. Second game we've won 3-0 on the trot. Third win in a row under Graham Potter. I have to say, I'm impressed. I did expect to win this game. I feel like a lot of Chelsea fans were a little bit less confident than I was, but judging from what we've seen from Wolves this season, you know, let's be honest, in Premier League terms, they are a poor side. You know, Costa, what an amazing welcome back to the bridge. I have to say, it was just fantastic. The whole stadium chanting Diego, Diego, Diego. He walked the whole way round, clapping. Everyone stood up. Not a Chelsea legend, but as close as you can get to being a legend. And I have to say, Diego, it was fantastic to get the sending off that you deserve, because we never got that under Antonio Conte. It was all done through WhatsApp. No more Chelsea games after that. So it was nice to end it off in a positive fashion. Mason Mount, 2 assists for Mason Mount. Now, he's had his fair share of criticism this season, but one thing I will say is the manager stuck by him. He stuck by himself. What I mean by that is he's getting stuck in. He keeps trying. He's making passes. He's shooting. He's trying to create. You know, a lot of players shy away from these things, but Mason Mount, he's given it a go today, and 2 assists, absolutely the perfect way to get your campaign underway in terms of goals and assists. So hope long may that continue, you know, because Mount's a player that most managers stick with, and there's a reason for it. It's not just about the stats he creates and the chances, but it's also the energy he brings into the play. And I think with Conor Gallagher coming in, that's almost a threat, because Gallagher's a very, very similar player to Mount. Maybe a little bit better at intercepting the ball, but in terms of the goals they score and the chances they create, I do feel like there's not too many differences in terms of those players. You know, they're both number 8s, they get up and down the pitch, and if you can fit them both into the squad, fantastic, but I think it's quite difficult to do that. But we did see it today. Not sure if that's going to be something that we're going to see in the coming matches, but you never know. Chalobah. Really, really nice to see him getting some games under his belt. He's probably the most shaky out of all of the defence today. Couple of iffy balls where it just looped up in the air, he almost gave it away. But I think Koulibaly did well. He was very aggressive pressing, and Cucurella very, very solid. Nice to see him in the squad as well. Azpilicueta. I mean, we haven't seen that man playing, it feels like forever. But I think in the first half he was one of our best players. You know, he was creating link-up play on the right-hand side. He was defending well. You know, there's so many players with pace in that squad, and he matched up well, even though, you know, as we said, Wolves aren't their best. Kepa, another clean sheet. Most Chelsea fans are saying, keep Kepa in the squad. Mendy, all of his weaknesses are Kepa's strength, and I completely agree with that. When you've got a player like Kepa who's not doing too much wrong, it's just one of those situations where Mendy's going to have to be patient. He's going to have to wait until his chances come, and they will come eventually. But for this season, I think we already know who Potter's number 1 is. And it is unlucky because Mendy's been injured, right? So Potter had a great excuse to put Kepa straight into the squad, but regardless, he was always going to start with his distribution, and his saves have been good as well. So if he keeps getting clean sheets like this, his confidence is going to go up, and the whole team's going to gel together. What else is there? Havertz, fuck me, Havertz scored a goal. I have to say, in the first half, he didn't look good, in my opinion. I don't think Havertz played that well, but sometimes you don't need to play well to get goals, and it's like what we talk about with Haaland. You don't need to have all the touches in the world. You don't need to link up and drop deep. As long as you're putting the ball in the back of the net, we are happy, right? And that's exactly the way it should be, right? You're paid to put the ball in the back of the net, and if you're not, you're there to create. But he's up front, he was there to do a job, and he did it. And the link-up play as well with Pulisic, for him to score that goal, was absolutely fantastic, because we saw the players chatting on the sideline with Potter, and I think it was something to do with the fact that he was a little bit isolated up there at Havertz, and I think when Pulisic came closer, sort of a little bit further out of that wing-back position, more central, he really fit in well with Havertz, and then he got his goal as well. So I think it'd be interesting to see if Pulisic gets a start against Milan. It is deserved from what we've seen today, but sometimes these things can be a bit quick, but we don't know how Potter's going to manage these players, whether he's going to just stick them in there or transition them slowly. If Pulisic keeps performing the way he is, he's going to get into the squad. If he doesn't, then he's going to be dropped. Even Ziyech coming off the bench, Chukwuemeka as well making his debut today. So nice positive scenes here at the Bridge. But one thing we can say is we've certainly got a squad we can rotate, but can we stay consistent, getting those results, scoring those goals and getting those clean sheets as well? We'll find out against Milan next week. Hope everyone's well, and up the Chelsea.